What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened Early Access and my full progression playthrough. It's been a few weeks. I've been grinding hard on my main account, but it's time to jump back on over to the alt and complete this journey. As most of you know, Dungeon Defenders Awakened does launch full version 1.0 on May 28th, so we've got just a little ways to go and Massacre Mode will be here. And I'm actually looking forward to trying to find a way to completely reset this account and do a full launch edition playthrough as well. However, if we remember back to the previous episode, our main goal was to get to level 70 to be able to unlock Nightmare Mode. Now, we are level 70, and where I'm shooting for to get to is actually the Ancient Mines Survival. I want to get into doing Ancient Mines Survival Nightmare Hardcore for the starting loot grind in Nightmare Mode. Now this is going to get me lots of level 70 mythicals and really going to take me up to the next level. However, as you see, it is locked as a mofo. So if we check it out to get to Ancient Mines here, we're going to have to unlock Ancient Mines in Campaign on Nightmare Mode. So if we go back and look at it on campaign, well, it's locked there too. So we've got a little work to do here. As you see here, to unlock this map on campaign mode, we've got to complete the Deeper Well on Nightmare. So this episode, here we go into the Deeper Well. Let's get it. And here we go to the Deeper Well. Now, it has been a while since my last episode, so I'm just going to quickly go through all the stats. We remember last time around, I was able to complete my very first Insane match on Survival, and I've got quite a bit of upgrades from that, and I sunk a little bit of gold into them as well. As you see, I'm still sitting on 9 mil. So I didn't spend all the gold, but I got like my apprentice halfway upgraded on a few of those insane survival pieces, and I got myself up to 383 power, 232 rate, and that is what I'm going to be using to jump into the entry level Nightmare Mode. Taking a look at my monk, 45 power, range and rate. Then we've got the Huntress, 183 fort. I tried to put as many points into fort as possible just for quality of life, and then obviously 245 power, 108 range, and 81 rate, and the big enchilada would be the Squire at 499, but all we care about there is just that fortify stat, since all we're doing on the Squire is building walls. So got some nice upgrades there and able to just maximize that one stat. Now here we go, hopping right on in. This map shouldn't be too terribly difficult. However, it is going to start off really slow until I get some stuff down. So as you see, we've got a wave 1 ogre, and basically I have no way to kill him as I don't have an actual DPS character. So wave 1 is going to be quite brutal, that's for sure. Now I'm going to start off DPSing on the apprentice here. I do have this staff upgraded as if it was a damage staff instead of a builder. But also, on that same note, I'm going to be taking advantage of the builder bonus, as if I remain active on this character, I'm going to get a buff to all of the defenses that this character built. Now, as we see, here comes Mr. Ogrelicious. Luckily, there's not a whole lot of mobs to deal with, so I'm actually just going to kind of ignore the ogre until all of the other mobs are dead, and then I'll worry about that ogre. I think we've just got one more spider here. Now, my general strategy here in this very painful first ogre kill is to try to kite him around a little bit. So I'm going to try to get him to walk away from that wall and not just smack on it. The more time I can get him distracted and walking away looking at me, of course, is the less chance that that wall is going to fail. And hopefully won't have any issues here. So let's just keep him turning around. We got him to about half now, so that's pretty darn good. We got him to take a nice long walk that time. He's just about there. Now, as soon as I can get some towers down, of course this is going to become much, much easier, but I got a little ways to go, and I'm going to need to collect up some more mana. Oh, he's going on the full laps for me. Thank you so much, Mr. Ogre. I appreciate it going on this lovely walk with me here today. Now, of course, breaking into Nightmare mode, as you see in the top right, we got a timer ticking, and that is something that we didn't have in Insane mode, so we're going to want to pay attention to that. So I am just going to go with an Electric Aura and a Strength Drain Aura on each wall for the moment, and use that to just get through this next wave. Of course, we're going to have more Ogres once again, and, you know, baby auras are still auras, so I will take it. Now we got 150 left, but only 13 seconds, so I think I'm just going to hang on to this mana and just get this next wave going. Now, I didn't go on hardcore mode, and the reason I didn't choose hardcore mode is because I'm not really going to get too much. I'm sure I'll get an upgrade off of these 2 campaign maps I'm going to do, but it's not going to be significant, and I'm not super concerned about the loot. Now, the reason being is the real loot is going to come from that survival mode on Ancient Mines when I can get into it. So all I really want to do is just blaze through these maps and get them unlocked. So I didn't go on hardcore just because I wanted to reduce or eliminate the chance of me having the big fail and having to redo it over again. So once again, we're going to do the same thing. Here I think I should still just kite him a little bit just because he is going to pound through that wall if I'm not careful here. I would like to keep him in that Electric Aura though. That way I get a little bit of damage out of it. Looks like we got another spider up there too. We got a bunch of spiders, wow. Let's get these guys all chewed up here. Oh no, wrecked. And there is what I was worried about. Obviously, if you die on hardcore mode, my chances of surviving the rest of this probably would have went down a little bit. Actually, the Ogre is getting burned faster than he's getting through that wall. So not too terribly large of a concern. The spiders are just kind of going ham on that blockade over on the far side there. He's just about there. And there we go. Mr. Ogre is down. Now, I'm not even going to worry about repairing or anything yet. I'm just going to leave all that stuff as it is, and I want to get some more defenses down. And I am going to stay on the Apprentice. So with that in mind, I'm going to use some Apprentice defenses. Now, I'm going to angle these across the map to get a little bit of cross coverage. And the reason being is these DSTs, other than being my Ogre killers, they are going to be clearing the spiders for me, which is quite helpful, there's no doubt. And then up here, I think I'll just throw a Flame Burst Tower on each one of these lanes, just to get a little upfront damage. Now, of course, the timer's not an issue, because I plan on DPSing on this character. You know what, this wall, why don't we just upgrade it? And that should take care of that issue. Now, I do want to keep an eye out back here on any spiders on my DSTs. I don't have good stats, so I want to make sure that spiders don't wreck up my Deadly Strikes. We still got 2 left. If we wanted to do anything else, we could do a little something else with that 2 if we needed to help distract these spiders. Maybe even just throw a couple of Apprentice walls like right here, and maybe that would give me a little bit of a reprieve from the spiders. Possibly. If just one spider aggroes over to those Apprentice walls, then they serve their purpose. But it looks like we're going to get through the waves now. The DSTs in place are just such a big addition. It's just, even with scrub stats, it's just a massive amount of damage. And, you know, that, although it is single target damage, it really adds up with those things just popping away. For that amount. What are they even doing now? Let's see. With the stats I have, they're doing 77,000 damage each shot. Now, they only attack like once every 2 seconds, so that kind of stinks. But that is pretty darn good for the place where I'm at in the game. Obviously, I have no Nightmare gear yet, and my goal here is just 100% to get Ancient Mines survival open on Nightmare where I can get the grind on. Now, once I get that map open, my very first goal will be to get through far enough just to get a pet. If I can get through to wave 15, I'm going to see tons and tons of upgrades on the ground, and that's really where I'm going to start to see the big improvements. Now, I'm not going to turn away any upgrades here on this map, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think my chances of seeing anything that's spectacular are going to be there on campaign mode. Just keep spraying away. These guys are getting it done now, these ogres. Like that one I haven't even touched yet, and it's already down to 100,000. So yeah, we are in a much better shape now. And I think I will just focus on getting these DSTs upgraded and getting them as healthy as I can just to complete the rest of this. As, you know, they are bringing the pain. Just no doubt. We'll throw an up on each of these R's, I think, though. We'll get, yeah, let's get each side. Let's get one upgrade on each one. Actually, I've already upgraded this side, so let's dump everything else into the DSTs, and we can just get the waves running now. Yeah, we should be fine. Need a couple hundred more. Looking good, though. The easiest thing to do to stay away from the spiders is to stay in front of your walls where everything's hitting it. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to just chillax there the whole time, but when the spiders are dropping, if you stand there where they're dropping, of course, your chances of having a bad time with them is going to be much higher. So if you just run up to where any spiders that aggro to you are just going to get wrecked, that is the way to go. We can get some overcharge going on these DSTs as well. And yeah, it looks like I could pop both of them from right there, which is just perfect. And that will get them attacking a little bit quicker. Not a ton, but it's a little benefit. Now, of course, as I get gear upgrades, that will have more and more of an impact for sure. Now, let's just keep overcharging those DSTs there. That is the second ability. Your second ability, and then the right click gives an overcharge buff on the towers. And you see the little glow go onto the tower when that buff is present. And there we go. So that was actually way easier than I expected it to go. In insane gear, and that is literally my very first a particle collector. Love it. That is my very first Nightmare map on this particular account. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you all an absolute ton for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. There is always a massive amount of Dungeon Defenders or just tower defense and strategy game content right here on the channel. So thank you all once again, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.